Hey world, welcome to my channel and thank you for watching my video. My name is Sister Oz and I'm a student of life and social psychology. I'm very passionate about wellness, especially mental, emotional and spiritual well-being. In this channel, we break down and analyze social contrasts and norms. We try to find out whether or not they are relevant to our well-being, whether they are helping progress us or they are keeping us down. So today, I'd like to talk about a very contentious issue, especially for us in the Black community. And I would like for people to not be emotional when we talk about this because there's no need for us to be emotional. There's just no need. So, spirituality. Is it real? That's the question that I would like to know. And I'm asking this question not to say that the supernatural or the metaphysical is not a real thing. The question that I'm asking though is, have we as a community substituted religion for spirituality? Could that be possible? Because that's what I see happening, especially in our conscious circles. I am an avid member, although there's no membership application forms or whatever, but I found myself being a member of the conscious community. Black consciousness, Pan-Africanism, all of that spiel. I am there, or I was, but this is a video for another day. So I would like to know, are we as a community benefiting from the spirituality? Is it benefiting us? And because the weirdest thing that I see happening is that most of the people who are so-called spiritual or conscious are the most struggling financially. Like the most people who struggle financially, the most group of people who struggle financially. So I'd like to know, if we have so much spirituality and we are applying all of this spirituality, why is it not helping us? But that's not here nor there. Topic for another day. I got derailed as I normally do. But not so long ago, there was a catchphrase or stage where people decided to close their Bibles. I have no problem with people closing their Bibles. I'm sorry, I just need to adjust my video. For some weird reason, it's acting up. People decided we're closing the Bible. We don't need the Bible. I don't have a problem with people closing their Bibles and not needing their Bibles, but I realize that for most of us, we are subconsciously, we're not aware of it. Subconsciously, we're dependent on religion, deifying anything and everything that we find in our way. I don't have a problem with all of these things. And I would like to preface this also by saying that I'm also a very spiritual person, or used to think that I'm a very spiritual person, until I asked myself the same question that I'm asking to everybody now. So I would like to argue that most of the people who are supposedly woke, I feel like most people are not woke, and I feel like most people have not really done away with religion, because I would define, let me do this. I'm on Google right now, and I'm gonna try to find out, please bear with me, the definitions to have clear understanding. So, religion, here we go. Religion is the belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. Remember this. It is a belief in and worship of a superhuman. Then let's define spirituality. Spirituality is the quality of being concerned with human spirit or the human spirit or the human soul as opposed to material or physical things. Right. So we've broken down the definitions and it's clear. It's clear. So my argument is most of the people that I'm seeing who are supposedly liberated mentally, spiritually, or emotionally from the colonial chains of not knowing self have substituted one religion for another pseudo, or one pseudo religion for another religion, whatever way you want to put it, because the worship or I will keep it at worship, and please correct me in the comment section if you feel like it's not, but the worship of ancestors amongst our so-called woke people who are on a mission or on a journey to understand themselves better, I feel like it's not any different from Christianity. It's just you replace, it's the first or former is monotheistic and the other is polytheistic. The latter, the latter is polytheistic, which is the so-called ancestor worship spirituality. I'm here to say that I feel like most of the people, especially the people who have infiltrated the Sangoma / Ubungoma profession. Excuse. I don't know how else to call it, but profession. Are scammers. I feel like most of them are scammers. I doubt their authenticity, and as a result, when I want to go consult with Sangoma or traditional healer, I have questions. I'd rather go to my hometown, which is in a rural area, you know. I feel like I'm in Johannesburg, which is a city in South Africa. It's cityfied. It's cityfied, and it's very different from us where we come from in the rural areas in Eastern Cape. So I don't trust the Sangomas this side. I feel like they are all about money, because when we do look around, if you take the time to look, just Google the nearest Sangoma. And I'm not saying that people should be poor or promoting for poverty, but I'm saying it's very questionable. And there's been a TV show recently, Spirit and Bones, no, not Spirit and Bones, but there's a program that they just premiered late last year. I was very disturbed by that program. It shows or it documents the life of 3 so-called traditional healers or sangomas, follows them around. One of them said during that show, the one show that I happened to watch, after which I participated in a petition to close it down, that person says that he twassed at home. And we all know that the twassering is initiation, being initiated, the passage to being that healer. He said, or she, I don't remember clearly, they did it at home. And for me, that's very questionable, because we know that there's some form of separation time from like anything from 6 months to 18 months or longer that people go out there to, whether it's the rivers, the oceans. I'm not too familiar, but I do know that it's not at home. So I realized that the new wave of this is taking advantage of people, of this spirituality is taking advantage of people who do not know much. So as one of the people who are very proud of spirituality and spirit work and soul journeys, I am here to argue that I don't feel like spirituality, unlike religion, can be taught. I feel like spirituality is something that you gain from better understanding yourself. And I'm arguing that with the better knowledge of yourself in this realm, in this body, you then get to better understand your soul journey, which is what I feel spirituality should be about. To try and figure out your purpose, live it out to the best of your spirit ability, because you are guided by your soul. Your soul is more ancient, much more ancient than you. There's theories that you chose this life. I'm not sure. I'd like to think, because of my dreams, more or less it could be true, but I'm not sure, because nobody is sure about these things. But I'm here to say that the biggest message that we can, as the conscious community, or people who are conscious, or people who are woke, the biggest message that I can share with people around spirituality, so that people don't continue to be duped by these pastors, by these traditional healers, by all these shamans and fake people. Maybe they're not fake, but they're taking us for a ride because we don't take the time to actually do the work, because spirit work is work. So I'm also like, I took the time to also even break down the word spirit rituals. So most people are just spiritualists, but they have no, and the art of being a spiritualist is actually, I can have mentors or people that I look up to within the spiritual system. And I feel like that's a problematic word, but for lack of a better word, within the spiritual system that I choose to use or function in, I can take some guidance, but I cannot copy each and every single thing. Like for me, I went from having an altar, full on beautiful, nice altar that I laid out, to actually my spirit or my soul or my essence or whatever you want to call it actually saying to me, let's work with the soil. So as you can see, I'm a soil mama everywhere. My everything is in the soil. So that's my thing, Another person could come and do other works, work with a lot of other things. So I feel like there shouldn't be a uniform way, because really this is a polytheistic journey, not of deities, because we can choose whatever deity you want to work with, whatever spirit you want to work with, be it your ancestors' spirits or spirits of ancient deities that have existed in this earth or in this realm. You can choose. The world is, it's vast, and us being circled into this, or cornered or boxed into this one box of let's think like this because we are Africans, is problematic as well. So in order for us to do away with the dogmatic or indoctrination or religious or cultish behaviors or ways of living our lives, we need to actually get into the business of knowing ourselves. And the best way to know yourself is to sit down with yourself and to meditate. They call it meditation, but it's actually listening to yourself. So if you are a person who prays, every time you pray, after you pray, give yourself at least 5 minutes to hear what your inner person, that voice inside of you, is saying. The first thing, especially if you're a woman, our intuition is best because we are more in tune. And if you're not, hit me up. We'll have a conversation about that. I love this conversation. It just does things to me. So yeah, overall, I'm arguing that the people who are riding the spiritual train and are so-called leading the spiritual train are somehow misleading people, especially people who are not aware. And for us, it's up to us who have been in this road much longer to actually conscientize people and make people aware of what is happening and make people aware of how best to go about doing this. Because I'm also not selling anything. I refuse to, let me not go on that rant. So I'm not selling anything. I've got my own life, and I'm not here to pimp people because they're thirsty or for being spiritual, or they're trying to bridge the gap between religion, because we are a religious people. to a certain extent as Black people. So that's why most people take advantage of that, you know. So let's be empowered, Black people, and let's take these things into our own hands, and whatever it is that, you know, there's things, for instance, I remember when I was in my own spiritual circles, there would be instances when I wake up with a whole lot of anxiety, you know, and I wouldn't understand what that anxiety was about. I only understand it now, and I won't share it because it's personal. That anxiety was telling me something about where I was going, you know, and it was up to me to, and nobody has ever come to tell me this, and not even a sangoma. But I actually came to that realization, and upon acting on that, my life has been so much more peaceful, because that's what we chase. Them. We're not chasing happiness, because happiness is something that can be short-lived. Happiness is an emotion. Emotions come and go. The value of your strength as a human is your ability to control your emotions and your ability to exist in a same state of being, your essence, whether it's hard, it's rough, hot, it's cold. Try to maintain peace, and you can only attain this by knowing thyself. I'll have more videos about this. This is just an introductory video to more videos that I'll be doing around this question and around this conversation, especially around it and femininity. It's my forte. It's where I just excel, and I feel like I would be doing an injustice if I wouldn't be sharing it with people, and hopefully finding a circle of similar women who think like me. I'm always willing to learn and learn from other women. So if you have any thoughts about what I just mentioned, you know, please drop a comment on the comment section below. I would really like to hear what you think, because it's a conversation I think that needs to be started, especially given that the woke thing is taken off. It's taken off, but it's taken off in very questionable ways, I'd like to think. So please remember to like my video if you like it, and dislike and unlike it if you don't like it. Please let me know why you don't like it. I always love feedback. So and if you feel like the people who could benefit from this conversation, please remember to share my video, subscribe to my channel, and you will see more of these videos, very nice videos. And hopefully as my channel grows, I'll have more interactive conversations with you guys. Remember to follow me on Instagram as well as on Facebook. On Instagram, I'm Pinkandake, and on Facebook, there's a link in my channel. So have a great day wherever you are, night, morning, or whatever time you see this. It is nice speaking with you guys, and thank you for watching my video. Bye.